Hello everyone, hope you're all well. So last year I made a little compilation for all the shorts I made in 2024, mostly because I wanted to remake the shorts so they looked a little bit more like the minis that I made during 2025 and onwards. It was whilst I was making that first compilation I thought, why not make a compilation for season 2? So whilst I'm busy gathering what I need for season 3 part 2, hopefully this compilation will help bridge the gap a little. Like last time, all the shorts have been re-edited and the voiceover has been re-recorded, mostly so it doesn't end the exact same way. Also, as always, the playlist for season 2 is in the description. Anyway, sit back, zone out, and enjoy. K9. Making his debut in Classic Who alongside the 4th Doctor and Leela in the story The Invisible Enemy, K9 has made many appearances in both Doctor Who and the show's many spin-offs, with his last on-screen appearance being the Sarah Jane Adventures story Goodbye Sarah Jane Smith. This build of K9 came as part of the level pack for LEGO Dimensions, where it was featured alongside the 12th Doctor and a mini TARDIS. Compared to his on-screen counterpart, this build is quite large, especially when you put it next to a minifigure, but I'm really happy to have him in my collection. The Swamp Biome. This is the first set of 2025 and is also the second Minecraft set to appear on the channel. I ended up getting this set back in November as it was one of the sets that was on the list of being retired by the year's end, which is a bit of a shame. In this set, aside from the main build, you have minifigures for both Alex and a zombie, as well as a little slime and a frog. It's a nice little build, and for the price it was, it's not a bad little set. Again, it's a shame that this set ended up retiring as it worked as a Minecraft starter set, but hey, what can you do? The Special Weapons Dalek. Quite the departure from the usual Dalek design people know and love, this Dalek made its debut in remembrance of the Daleks, which is also the last Dalek story in classic Doctor Who. Since its first appearance, it has popped up here and there in expanded media, as well as making a couple of cameo appearances in the revived series. This build uses a heavily modified version of my classic Dalek build from the previous season, to get it as close in scale as possible. Though it wasn't until after uploading the video did I realise the base is the wrong colour. Might fix that later on down the line. The X-Wing and TIE Fighter. Appearing in the 2024 LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar, both of these little builds are nice little additions to my collection. Over the years I've had quite a few TIE Fighters, all of which were scrapped for parts, but this is actually my first X-Wing. Surprisingly, despite their size, there's some nice little details if you know where you're looking, such as the little blue stud to represent R2-D2. Considering that most advent calendars can give you a single piece for a day, these two builds are really nice to have. Quick Revive. This time tackling the version that appears in the Dark Ether story. This version of the perk now comes with some fancy new upgrades to help the player, such as faster health regeneration, slower bleed out time, a brief moment of invulnerability, as well as some other stuff. As well as the new upgrades, the machine got a nice little revamp. Based off the Ether version of the build from Season 1, this is my attempt to replicate the design seen in the most recent outings for zombies. It's still easily recognisable, while also having unique design aspects, which I'm really happy about. Davros' life support. First appearing in Genesis of the Daleks along with the 4th Doctor in Season 12 of Classic Doctor Who, Davros wound up appearing in every Dalek story after his debut, and then also making his first appearance back to the show in the Series 4 finale, The Stolen Earth and Journey's End. Now as for the build itself, it's supposed to take elements from both classic and modern Doctor Who, by having the classic Dalek skirt design, while incorporating the large headrest seen in Davros' more recent appearances. While I have the chair, I'm still looking for a decent custom of Davros to finish the whole look. I'm sure I'll find one eventually. The Armoury. The biggest set I now own, at least the biggest that's still intact. The Army was originally released at the beginning of 2024. With it comes 2 subsections, as well as a build of a nether portal. Minifigure wise, it comes with a figure for the Armor Smith, as well as a really suspicious looking Alex. It's a nice set for those that like a bit of fantasy at the very least. We'll say, whilst the set does come as separate sections, it does really look nice when it's all connected. Just a little bit of something you should try if you're thinking of displaying it. Juggernog. Reintroduced to zombies with the release of Black Ops Cold War, this perk received a nice new revamp with the Dark Ether story, as well as receiving some nice new upgrades. such as slightly more health, increased armour durability and mitigation, stunning enemies upon armour breaking, and more. Again, using the Ether version I built from Season 1 as a starting point, this build is my first and admittedly inaccurate attempt to create the machine seen in Cold War up to Black Ops 6. As for why it's inaccurate, I only had a poorly cropped image to work with when making it, so I might fiddle around with it in the future. Pride. I missed out on doing something for Pride during Season 1, so I wanted to make up for it. Now, I've been out as queer for roughly 12 years now, and it's been an interesting journey in figuring out who I am and where I fit in. I'd say now I have a good idea of where I land, as I'm gay and ace, as well as some other stuff. As for the builds themselves, I originally made a couple of them for a friend before I wanted to make more of them. So far I've made flags to represent lesbian, gay, bi, trans, ace and non-binary, as well as the 6-stripe Pride flag. They're nice little flag designs for those that celebrate Pride, though I really need to figure out how to incorporate circles, so I could do some more. And there we have it. I hope you enjoyed the admittedly short compilation. It was a shame that Season 2 got cut short, but with how my mental health was at the time, I think it was best that I put things on hold until I had gotten better. So what's coming next for the second half? Well, we have the second set of the year as the opener, building something Cyberman related. There's also the last of the Dark Ether stuff, and then another outing for LEGO Dimensions. I'll be talking about that and other stuff in an update video at the end of the month, so there's that. But that's where we're wrapping it up. So as usual, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. Fare thee well.